Welcome! Whether you're a new team member, a new mentor, or a parent trying to figure out what your kid just signed up for, this video is for you. My name is Raymond Lee, and I've been participating in the FIRST program for over 5 years now. Today, I would like to share some of my knowledge about FIRST with you guys. Before we get into any single part of FLL in detail, we're going to walk through the big picture, what FLL actually is, what FIRST cares about, and how a competition day actually works. After this introduction video, we're going to dive deeper on each aspect of FLL, one at a time. First, an episode on the innovation project, then building your robot, programming it, and finally, growing your team's core values. This video is just a quick introduction to FIRST and all of the things we'll discuss later in the video. So what is FLL really? Well, it's a global robotics program for kids run by an organization called FIRST. Every season, every team in the world gets the same real-world theme to explore. From there, teams research, design, build, program, and compete using Lego-based robotics. Then it is judged and graded based off of a universal rubric. An important thing to note is that this isn't just any robotics competition. There are also people evaluating how you think, act, and present, not just how the robot performs. This is a very important key idea that we need to keep in our minds when doing FLL. That it's not purely robotics. You have to focus on the other aspects as well. Also, something to remember very clearly when the judges ask is that the whole embodiment of FIRST is that it isn't really about winning. It's about learning that science and technology are actually fun. It's about building real confidence and skills from completing the challenges that FIRST provides. It's about learning to solve real problems and design ideas and strong thinking. If you walk away from a season having only learned robotics, you missed most of the point. First, ask every team to live by 6 core values. Discovery, where you explore new skills and ideas. Innovation, where you use creativity and persistence to solve problems. Impact, where you apply what you learn to improve the world. Inclusion, where we respect each other and embrace our differences. Teamwork, that we are stronger together. And finally, fun, that everyone enjoys and celebrates what we do. These values are expressed through 2 bigger ideas you hear a lot about. Gracious professionalism, treating everyone, including your competitors, with respect and kindness, and cooperation, competing hard while still helping other teams succeed. A competition score comes from these 4 parts: the innovation project, the robot game, robot design, and core values. Each one is worth roughly a quarter of your overall score. Let's take a quick look at each one, then later episodes will go much deeper in every single part. The Innovation Project. The Innovation Project is where your team finds a real-world problem tied to the season's theme, researches it, and designs a solution. You build a prototype, get feedback from experts, and present the whole thing to a panel of judges. It's basically a research or a business project. Anyways, that's the short version. We'll be covering this one in full detail in the next episode. The robot game is the next section. The robot game is the part most people picture when they think of FLL, your robot completing missions on a themed table. Matches last about 2.5 minutes, and it's fully autonomous. Each mission you complete scores a certain amount of points, and teams get multiple rounds across a day, with your best score counting towards your final ranking. Again, this ranking is only part of your FLL thing. You will get an award for getting the highest score, but as I explain later, to get the Champions Award, you have to excel in all 4 divisions. Robot design is a separated judge session, and it's easy to misunderstand at first. It's not a performance like Robot Game. It's similar to the Innovation Project, a presentation and questions. Judges want to hear how you built and programmed your robot, what your design process looked like, and what you would like to change next time. They care more about your thinking and iteration process than the robot yourself. That being said, you still need to have clever attachments that do multiple tasks at the same time. The last part of FIRST is core values. Core values gets its own judging session too. Here, judges are watching for real teamwork, inclusion, and gracious professionalism. This is where the 6 different values we talked about earlier come into play. There's usually a 5-minute question period where they ask questions like, how does your team work together to solve challenges? Also, they'll constantly be seeing how you treat each other and other teams during the whole competition. This is where those 6 values we talked about get evaluated, not just talked about. So what does a competition day look like? Well, your team rotates through 3 judging sessions: innovation project, robot design, and core values, all in the same 25-30 minute period. You start with 5 minutes for your innovation presentation, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A for that. Then 5 minutes of your robot design presentation, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A for that. And finally, 5 minutes of core values Q&A. Throughout the day, you'll also run several robot game matches at your table, 2 practice matches and 3 official matches. And the best score out of your 3 official matches is the one that counts and is ranked. Finally, the day wraps up with an award ceremony celebrating teams across every category and different ideas in different categories and sections, not just the robot game. The most prestigious award, the Champions Award, allows you to advance to the next competition and recognizes an excellent ability in all 4 sections of FLL. This is what we're aiming for and why every category matters so much. Next up, we're doing a full deep dive on the innovation project. How to find your idea, research it properly, and turn it into a real presentation. After that, building and programming a robot, growing your team's core values. Well, that's the big picture of FLL. Now that you know how the pieces fit together, the rest of the series is going to make a lot more sense. See you in the next video where we go all in on the innovation project. Thank you.